Welcome back to Collaboration Conversations. I'm your host, Regina Partain-Bergman, CEO of Bridgeport Strategy. I am delighted today to introduce you to another guest co-host and the wonderful panelists that he has brought to the show. I recently met Brandt on a podcast for the People for People Network, and Brandt agreed to come on and be our co-host today and bring these lovely ladies with him to have a conversation about collaboration. Welcome to the show, Brandt.
Hey, Regina. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good morning. It's great to have you all here. Brandt, would you share a little bit about your journey to getting to where you are now in your business and who you serve and why that's important to you?
Absolutely. Thanks, Regina. So I've had drugs in my life for a long time. I'm a certified drug dealer, a pharmacist. So that's pretty much all I know in my life is pharmacy. But a nurse practitioner opened a door for me that I wasn't really expecting about 9.5 years ago. And she introduced me to a healthier lifestyle that didn't have anything to do with drugs. And I just kind of took and ran with it. And I've never felt better in my life at 52 years old than the last 9.5 years. And I'm a firm believer that we have the ability to heal ourselves from the inside out when we do it right. And for who I serve Jesus Christ first and foremost. He's my rock. He's my savior. He's gotten me out of situations I've gotten myself in the past. But I also serve people that want to make positive changes in their life and cultivate health and cultivate confidence. I also serve people that want to truly realize their worth, celebrate the journey, and make a long-lasting impact, not only on themselves, but on other people.
Excellent. I appreciate that, Brandt. That's awesome. I love the way you put that. Drugs have been a big part of your life for a long time. But I also love that that you have that health perspective and that healing from within. I think that's so important. Would you, Brandt, you have brought an amazing panelist, an amazing panel with you this morning. Would you introduce them, please, and have them share their story, who they serve and why?
Absolutely. I'd like to introduce Amy Chen first. She is from New York. She is the CEO of Abundance with Amy. So Amy, please share with us your journey, who you serve and why.
Thanks, Brandt. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Regina, and the rest of the ladies on the call. So my background is in finance and technology. I worked on Wall Street for 15 years for the same company. And during the last recession, my position was eliminated. So my income went from 6 figures to 0 overnight. Fortunately, my husband owned a restaurant in Puerto Rico and my family made the full-time move there. So my now teenage daughter had an amazing childhood in Puerto Rico, but in 2017, we evacuated after Hurricane Maria devastated the island. So who I serve, that's a little bit about my journey. While I was in Puerto Rico, I founded Abundance with Amy, and I offer solutions for people who want to, similar to Brandt, live a better life, have more time, and make more money.
Awesome.
Thanks, Amy. All right, the next I'm going to introduce is Shawnda Pruitt. Shawnda is from California. She's a veteran. She's a health and wellness coach, but her passion is her very own travel business that she has. So Shawnda, please share with us who you serve and why.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm excited to be here. So let's see, my journey, I served in the military, got out and was a real estate agent for many years. Then had a major life change, went through a divorce and became a single mom to 3. And although I am a disabled veteran, it was just not enough income. And so I decided to go into the travel industry. I've been doing that now almost 5 years. And I also got into the health and wellness. I also went to school to be a dietitian, so health and wellness is important to me as well. Who do I serve? I serve mainly single moms, women that are looking to improve their lives through their health and finances as well. And that way they can look better, feel better, travel better as well. So that's who I
Wonderful.
serve.
Thanks, Shawnda. Thanks for sharing that. And thanks for everything you've done in the past for us as a veteran. So,
Thank you.
next person I want to introduce is Lisa Chaffins. And Lisa is from Texas, and she is a self-development and leadership coach. So, Lisa, share with us your journey, who you serve, and why.
Sure. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. I've got a background in human resources and recruitment, and I really, while I was happy, feeling good about life, I didn't feel fulfilled, and I just thought I need to figure out my purpose on this earth, and I want to live a life where I'm giving. And I looked back on my journey, and I was like, I have this ability to really see people and inspire and encourage them to reach their highest potential. And I noticed that I was consistently doing this and that people's lives were changing. And I thought, you know what, that's what feels good. And I want to do that full time. So I do that full time now. So I work with leaders that are trying to be more effective or trying to help their teams be more effective. I work with individuals who are just feeling stuck and held back, and they're not sure why. And so we work together, and it's amazing to be on that journey with them. So that's what I do full time now.
That's beautiful, Lisa.
It
Thanks
is.
for changing. Awesome. All right, Monica. I'm going to introduce Monica Fulcher. She's from New York. She is a health and prosperity coach. Monica, share with us your journey, who you serve, and why.
Hi, and thank you both, Regina and Brandt, for inviting me. This is a pleasure. A little bit about me. I come from the financial world as well, and I have two now adult girls. But back in the day when they were little, I really wanted to be home with them. I had a very strong financial career, making a fabulous six-figure salary, but I really didn't care, and I wanted to be with them. However, I do like working and helping other people. So once I left my financial career and was home with them, health and wellness has always been a really big part for me. And when I found that I was able to get involved helping other people to be healthier and help them financially as well, because everybody needs that extra money, I was thrilled. And that brought me to where I am today. And I continue to, I serve my family, I serve friends. I love helping others, and helping others become financially healthy and physically healthy is very important to me.
Awesome. Thanks, Monica, for sharing. Last but not least, Debbie Davison. She is from Ohio. She is also a health and wellness coach. Debbie, share with us your journey, who you serve, and why.
Okay. So I have been around a long time. I just want to say I have a family of 3 adult daughters, and I have 8 grandchildren. So I was fortunate enough when I was younger and with our family that I stayed home with so it was quite a blessing. My passion is actually feeding the insecure children. And how I do that is through volunteering for the Ben Curtis Foundation, and we feed about 8,000 kids a month. I serve the Lord. I'm a woman of faith, and but I also being home and my children going off to college and stuff. I've been a real estate agent also for 45 years, but I just lacked. I was looking for some community or just a little bit more passion in my life, and I did come up. I was invited into this community of health and wellness about 12 years ago, and it's just been so fulfilling. I also I served on our local school board for 14 years, and am currently on a part of which is the Transportation Authority and Fit Chicks board. So I'm very involved in my community. But I love helping women with their health and well-being and their financial freedom and financial flexibility. So
That's wonderful. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks for sharing, everyone.
Yeah, what a great group of folks here. You know, as I was listening to each of you, the direction that kind of came to my mind for kicking off this conversation is about how you collaborate actually with your clients, because you are all very client focused, health and wellness primarily. And so what does a good collaboration with a client look like? And think of one of the best collaborations you may have had with one of your clients.
Mm-hmm. I can start if you want,
Regina. That would be wonderful, Lisa. Great.
Okay. So when I coach, and I'm a dream coach as well. And so when I think about our dreams and I think about our goals and what we want to accomplish, if you have someone along on the journey with you, it allows you to really set the intention. And once you set the intention for where you're headed and you're together on this journey, and then you hold each other accountable to that, that to me is the best way to collaborate with anyone, whether it's someone who's got a specific goal they're trying to reach, whether it is a group like us who wants to help each other in a networking capacity. If we all got together and we set the intention that we were going to do this together and there was accountability and we met every week, you would see things happen. So that's what I do in everything that I do, is I make sure I set the intention, I hold myself accountable, and I do it again the next week and the next week and the next week, and then we get there. So
I love that.
That's how I approach it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I think collaboration, a lot with collaboration in my business is you have your clients, but sometimes, I don't have the same experience as what my client does. And so, I may be speaking with a pharmacist, and who better to call than to call Brandt to help me in that conversation with my client. And collaborating that way as a team and being able to reach out to this huge community of people, to help me grow, help this person grow, help them grow. It's a great way for us to collaborate.
I love that. Collaborating for the benefit of the client, collaborating with one another. Brandt, you're going to say something there?
Yes, I completely agree with Monica there. We have so many resources to reach out to other people. If we can't resonate with our own client, we know someone or other people that can. For me, collaboration is really meeting people where they're at. So if I'm talking to a client and they tell me they want to achieve this, right? But it's just really, it's meeting people with where they're at in their own life, right? They might not be ready right now to make that change or to do something bigger, but it's meeting them where they're at and just, letting them know you are here for them when they're ready. And when they're ready, be on that journey with them.
Oh, I love that. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Debbie, did you have a
I was thinking, so I was thinking that a lot of collaboration also is listening and finding out what exactly your client at that time wants or needs, and then being able to help them and guide them in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Anybody else have comments or thoughts on that to share? Amy?
Monica took the words right out of my mouth. So what she said was absolutely perfect. I think that's the ideal collaboration, is when you have a client who may not necessarily, relate to your journey.
Right.
But, when we're in a collaborative group and we're all here to serve each other and help, and, as in your words, benefit the client, it's a beautiful thing. It's a win-win.
It is absolutely a win-win. Love that. Shawnda, did you have something to add?
I don't think I could say anything more. I love the collaboration, and it's true. I mean, I have clients that I'm serving, and I might not know the best path for them, so I can reach out to my business partners here, and they're going to be able to help me with that.
Very good. Miss Monica. Oh, you are muted, Monica.
Can you just repeat? I'm sorry. I just had to step away for one quick second.
Sure. We were talking about how you collaborate with your clients. What that looks
how
like.
I collaborate with my client.
Yeah.
With my client, I kind of listen to what they need, and I want to give them and help them find solutions to whatever it is that they're looking for. So again, collaborating with them is, having conversations with them. I think being, as Debbie mentioned earlier, being a really good listener, so that we could serve them and help them grow.
Excellent. Thank you.
I have a question.
Brandt, please.
What do you think, or what have you experienced in the past when you're attempting to collaborate with another person, a group? What gets in the way? What prevents collaboration from happening?
Great question.
Go ahead, Monica.
Well, I think that in order for great collaboration to happen, we all have to be we all have to want the same goal and focus. And if we see one thing for our client, but our client is not ready to go there, or is not open to what's possible, then we're kind of on two different tracks. And so it comes back to, again, listening to them and helping them see what's possible. And once you're working with the client and they, you're giving them what they want, and they're open to receiving it and open to changes or what could possibly happen, then I think it's great collaboration. But if we're trying to help somebody, or I feel that if I'm trying to help somebody, but they're not ready to receive it,
Right.
the collaboration is probably not going to go. It's not as strong.
Right.
True.
Who else has something to say about how collaboration can go wrong?
Anybody experienced that?
I just think what Monica said was true. If the person is not open, there will not be a collaboration. It's just not going to happen. So, I mean, if they're close to it, no matter what you do to try them, it's not going to work.
Yeah, for sure.
At that time.
Exactly, Debbie.
I like that, at that time, because, I can think of a collaboration that I had for an event, and early on, I felt, and I can say this, that, group of Christians here, but I felt that this collaboration was going to be difficult, and I was ready to pull the plug, and I received the prompting that no, that wasn't the right thing to do, and that staying in was going to make a difference. Ultimately, I did pull the plug down the road. There were things that just weren't in alignment, and I did pull the plug on it. But I felt good that I had followed that prompting and stayed in as long as I could, but then it was right to stop. It would just, there was a mismatch of maybe values. And so, and styles, values and styles. And, so sometimes we have to pull the plug on those collaborations, don't we? Sometimes they're not the right thing. Have you ever experienced that, Brandt?
I have in the corporate America world, yes. What I've found in the past is if a person is defensive, that can definitely ruin a group collaboration because, they have their own thinking, their own ways, and they're not open to other people's or the group's ideas or thoughts, right? They're very defensive. That can definitely ruin a collaboration part of a group for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's flip the tables here. What's the best collaboration you've ever had? What was the most exciting? When you finished, you were just like, man, I'm just so full of energy, I just can't contain it. That's one of the best ones you've ever had. Could be with a client, could be anything else. What's a great collaboration that you've experienced?
I think when you're on a team that's trying to reach a common goal and you're in it to win it for the team, and you can leave your egos out of it, and just bring, what is your contribution to this team and getting it to where it's headed without being so selfish in the outcome, being the star or being, because I've seen, like you said, Brandt, more in the corporate world, this happens, where teams are brought together by other individuals that are putting you together. You didn't opt in to be a part of the team. You're just on the team. And so you have all these different personalities that are coming to play, and those egos, boy, I mean, they can really just ruin it for everyone. And you're a part of something that you were just brought together to be with. And so those are more challenging than when you opt in and say, hey, we're all coming together to do this. And it's, you're kind of accepting to be a part of a group rather than being put in one where there's these big overarching egos. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think great collaborations too is I do a lot of volunteer work also. And I sit on the board for this charity called Friends of Karen. And we're always raising money for kids that have life-threatening illnesses. And whenever we do a fundraiser, I mean, that's like amazing collaboration. Because, you're pulling from the people that do the fundraising, the getting of the prizes, just everything, the raffles, the speakers, the venue. And so we're all uniting and really working hard for like the same goal, which is to help these children or to have funds to help these children and families. And so it's amazing collaboration working with them.
Yeah. Okay.
Volunteered at an organization called Feed My Starving Children a couple months ago with my work, and we had about 40 people volunteers show up. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's you go here as a volunteer and you box food for children that need food, right? That need to eat. And it was a very collaborative, successful event. I think there was about 40 of us, and each table had, I think, around 10 or 11 people. So all 4 tables, you have to work together in a very collaborative way in order to achieve the end goal, and that's to box as many boxes of food that you can to help the starving children around the world. So that was a fantastic event, and you just we're all there for one common reason, right? And we all worked together for the same common goal. So it was wonderful.
Fantastic. Anybody else thoughts on that? Best collaboration you've ever had? For me, I'll share while you're thinking about that. I'll share for me, the best collaborations typically are with clients. And when you're, for me, one of the important things is being part of the ripple effect that is created when I help a client and then they go out and change the world in their way. And the energy that is created in that process is just, off the charts for me. And being able to help them achieve their vision and support them in whatever way to achieve their vision. And I kind of started a habit, if you will, of when I get off of those calls, my energy's so high, I have to release it somehow, right? You're just floating, right? You got to release this energy. So my husband is retired. I'll go find him wherever he is in the house. And have I ever told you I love what I do? No, honey, never heard that. It just overflows, right? When you're part of that ripple effect, and you all are creating ripple effects in what you're doing.
Regina, I love your energy, my friend. And, just jarred another example for me to give, and
good.
Amy, Debbie, and Shawnda, and Monica, and I can all relate. Being with the same company, we recently joined, all of our leaders and teams kind of recently joined forces on what we call this United Leaders Call. And prior to this, our company we were all kind of like scattered all around, and there just really wasn't a lot of collective energy going on. But when these calls started earlier this year, the energy happened.
Yes.
Every leader around our company and teams were joining one call, collaborating together. And I can't speak for the four ladies here, but this is the most excited I've ever been in this company. And it's the energy, even though I've been with them for 9.5 years, we're collaborating together. We all are on the same goal with the same vision, and we're making things happening. So
yeah, and I Brandt, I totally agree with you. I mean, the air in the company is like never before, and it's fabulous. You just feel the growth happening. But to take it even to a smaller scale, like the five of us, and Lisa, I wish you were on the calls with us, but every morning we have a collaborative call, and Brandt may do something, or Amy or Shawnda or Debbie may do something differently than I do, but having them show me what they do or vice versa, I mean, it gives us different options of how we can go out and approach our clients, handle a situation, even if they're not a client, help them grow, because I have fabulous collaboration calls sometimes with potential clients. And I get off the phone with that same crazy energy that you're talking about. And they're not even my clients yet.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. And so, I mean, we see it a lot around working in our businesses and community as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think especially, go ahead.
Sorry, Regina. I was just going to say, Brandt, I love that you brought that collaboration out. I think it is probably the best this year in our company, that collaboration. And I've learned on my journey, hot coals stay hotter together.
Yes.
Right? So that plays into that energy.
Sounds like it's a raise the roof kind of event.
It sure is.
Every morning.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. Monday's my favorite day of the week. Mm-hmm. It really is. Most people, it's Friday. For me, it's Monday. It's like, yeah, to do this all over again, right? I mean, when you serve from the heart, when you love what you're doing and you're making a difference in the world, it's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's get it done. Let's
you know what,
too? Change the world.
I think you guys were all basically solopreneurs, right? And so it's lonely. It's you're on your own island and you're trying to create something. But when you can do it with other people and you have a tribe, it makes it very different. And I think also if you're doing it for the greater good of what you're giving your clients, and that's your purpose and your reason and why you wake up in the morning, and you can share that with other people and just get that collective energy going, that's just going to boost you even further. So I mean, that I would say that's been the hardest thing for me leaving corporate, was not to be a part of a bigger team. So I find my tribe and I make sure that I have that in my life, because if I don't have that, it's more stagnant. It's just lonely.
It's lonely. Yeah.
And I've also noticed, because in corporate environments, I've worked for some amazing leaders, and we had this one leader, And this was about 10 years ago. And I was the head of HR, and she knew how to build a culture, and it was around people. But what she did was she got us out of our regular type of environment in terms of our teams. And we had this really cool thing that we did one year, and we put these teams together, and they were teams that didn't ever work together before. And so we put like 5 to 7 people on a team, and we gave them, I think it was $500. And we said, okay, you've got a week to collectively go out and make a massive impact in the world. And then what we did is at the 1.5 week mark, we had a big dinner, and everyone on each team presented what they did. And you would not believe, you guys, what those people did with $500.
Wow.
I mean, some of them moved, like a single mom and her kids, into an apartment, had it partially furnished, paid their rent for 3 months, and they just started with $500. But when you bring people together and you build on their strengths and who you know and what you can do together, it's limitless. So I think it's important. Yeah, I mean, I saw one family got a new car from a dealership. I mean, a week and a half and $500,
Wow.
And so, but she knew how to bring a company together, not just for what were we trying to get at, as a company, because all of that kind of comes back into your day and what you're doing in your work, right? If you feel fulfilled, or you have partners along the journey with you, it's just all that sweeter. So yeah, I'm glad that y'all have that, because it's important. Yeah.
Lisa,
so go ahead. Who said that?
Telling Lisa that was beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I learned a lot from her. I really learned a lot from her. She was one of the most phenomenal leaders I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
That's awesome. So Lisa, where do you find your tribe now that you collaborate with?
Oh gosh, I mean, so I live in a high rise. This is going to be a funny story. I live in a high rise in San Antonio on the Riverwalk, and I meet people in the elevator. And this is going to sound ridiculous, but I'm alone all day in this glass box. And so I need to feel connected, right? And I think a lot of people need to feel connected in some way. And so started meeting people, and I love animals. And so I started walking dogs in the building. And I know it sounds crazy, right? But I'm in this glass box every day. It's not about the money. It's about connection. I have made the best friends in this building, and it comes full circle because I will need them in different ways because of what they're doing in the world. So we have this really cool, unique friendship where we check in on each other. And if something's going on with one person, we're all there to support. And I've built this little community on the elevator, literally up and down my elevator. So yeah, I would say they're my tribe.
That's awesome.
I know it's comical. It's funny. Yeah, but that's really all I have. If you think about it from a personal connection where I'm checking in with the same people consistently, because the people that I coach, I try to get them where they're going in 2 to 3 to 4 months, and then I push them out of the nest to fly. So I don't need them consistently coming back to me. That's not my goal with them. So they're always connected to me somehow, but it's not a familiar, like, weekly check-in or anything once they're gone. So then it's like I'm starting over, with a new crew that I'm coaching, and they're in and out of my life. But my elevator crew, they're consistent. Yeah,
they're consistent. I love it. The elevator crew.
They're my crew.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So we can find our collaborative opportunities anywhere, right? Absolutely. We just need to be open.
Like-minded people, people that share your energy and lift you up, and right, because we don't want to be down here, we want to be up here. And so they're everywhere. I think we're all like magnets, and I think we attract them. I really do. You've got good high energy, you're going to attract high energy.
Yeah, especially with technology, though, right? 8 billion people in the world, and look, we're all connected here from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Exactly.
So it's about the mindset. If you want to attract it, and Lisa, I love it. I love that you created it in your own backyard, literally. So
I was desperate, Amy. I'm a really social person, and so you.
well, as Monica said, join us
yeah.
anytime on our calls with Brandt. You're more than welcome.
Get your daily shot in the arm, Lisa.
Listen, I'm drinking the juice. Brandt knows it. Like I'm such a fan of what you guys do. Yeah.
Now, how many of you have been in the same room together? You've actually physically met one another? Anybody in this room? Say that again, Monica.
We've all been together.
You've all been
Except
together.
for Lisa. We haven't, I haven't met Lisa in person.
Okay.
But we're going to be in Orlando in Florida. So Regina, you can come too if you want.
All right.
What are the dates?
Lisa can
January
come.
19th and the
Bring some
20th.
elevator people with you. That's like a children's show, the elevator people.
The elevator people.
I am bound and determined to meet Lisa someday, and it will be in an elevator. So.
I'm going to call you and say, Lisa, I'm here. Come down in the elevator and greet me so we can meet in the elevator.
On the Riverwalk.
Yeah, it brings new meaning to the elevator speech.
Yeah, really.
If you think about it, though, you move from living in a neighborhood where you might see people on your street or at the mailbox or whatever, right? I mean, I'm in a high rise. I meet people in the elevator. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so it's
street.
all good, though. Texas is a friendly place. We moved here a year ago, and it is it's an incredible place. People are really just generous and loving and accepting, and so it wasn't hard. Yeah. Really good people.
They really are. Yes.
But when is Orlando? When is that happening?
January 19th and 20th. Join us.
February.
January.
What'd you say, Brandt?
19th and 20th of January. You should join us.
Yeah, it's like Orlando's the hot spot right now. I mean, I thought San Antonio was hot for conventions and all of that because it's in my lobby literally every day when I walk out the door. There's some kind of a convention here, but Orlando seems to be, everyone's going to Orlando. So next year's going to be an incredible year. So we'll see.
It will be. It will be.
Yes.
Indeed, it will be. Yes, lots of exciting things going on. So thinking one of the reasons I had asked that question about it, had you been in the same room together, is I've been working with a company for 2 or 3. Well, I've been associated with them since 2016. I've actually been a part of their staff for the last 2-3 years, and have met a lot of people that I work closely with that I'd never met. And this past week we had our annual conference in Cancun, and I hadn't been to the annual conference for a number of years. And so it was just so surreal to meet the people that I talk to every day online, and just to have that first face-to-face interaction with them. It's a new world we live in, right? And
you could build relationships.
Anywhere in the world. Yes. Anywhere in the world. I love that.
I mentioned Debbie lives in Ohio, and Amy and Monica in New York, and Shawnda in California, but we're all getting together, and we do this, we can do this once a year, typically at one of our big events. It's just amazing how when we get together in the same room, the energy that flows in the room, and being able to hug each other and and meet each other in person a lot of times for the first time. And
Isn't it a wonderful world we live in today, where we literally can collaborate with people anywhere in the world? And, as horrible as the pandemic was, there were some really good things that happened in the world during that period of time. One is technology took huge jumps. I think technology advanced probably at least 10 years during that 2-year period. And the other is that the world opened up to us. Mm-hmm. We're not restricted geographically, and we can literally collaborate anywhere in the world. And I love that.
people are so much more open to it now.
Yes,
Mhm.
indeed. They truly are.
Do you think
Yeah, isn't it
collaboration?
strange when you get on a call and someone doesn't turn on their camera? It's almost like,
Yeah.
what's wrong? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's almost like a requirement now. You've got to have your camera
Yeah.
on so I can
You gotta
see
have your
face.
camera on. Well, and you're
Yeah.
much more engaged if that camera's on than if it's not. It's
Oh,
so easy to be distracted.
Yes.
You know, you think back to the 80s, I guess, in our case, for most of us anyway. And, you know, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have, you know, the internet so much. We didn't have Zoom. Was it easier to collaborate back in the 80s than it is today?
I don't think so.
No?
I mean,
Or not as many opportunities anyway. Go ahead,
I think
Monica.
it depends.
It's a different
Yeah.
type.
that, you know, maybe, so I worked in corporate then, and I was in the financial world, and we had clients all over the world.
Mhm.
And I mean, I would talk to people in Europe, and again, it was only via phone.
Yeah.
But I had very good relationships, and we had, I mean, conference calls. If everyone remembers conference calls,
Yeah.
that was huge.
That's
And
true.
so we did the same thing minus the picture
Just differently. Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
We had these, I mean, we would be in board meetings, I would be on my desk, wherever it is, and we would have the same type of this meeting minus, again, the pictures.
Right.
And,
Right.
you know, I think you can still get the same points and the same, you could still get the same thing across. And then when you meet each other at first, it's just like, okay, Brandt, what are you wearing? What do you look like? And once you get together, you have that same feeling, you know, for
Yeah.
each other, you know, and it was still
Awesome.
very successful, I think, for
Yeah.
then. And again, we just keep growing. Like you said, where we've come in 2 years or 3 years is
Yeah.
crazy, but
It's phenomenal. You know what, folks? We're out of time.
oh,
Our hour is gone. Oh, this has been wonderful. I've loved getting to meet each of you and all that you've shared and all that you bring to this world of collaboration. Brandt, thank you so much for inviting these amazing women.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. Absolutely. This is that high energy thing for me, right? This is yay.
Yeah, thanks so much.
So Brandt, would you lead us in our wrap-up round, starting with yourself? Share your final thoughts on collaboration and your contact information. And while you're doing that, I'll also post your contact information in the comments section. But if you'll do that, and then call on each of our panelists to do that as well.
Sure. Wonderful. Thanks, Regina.
Thank you.
So, you know, I think great collaboration happens between 2 or more people, two or more teams, you know, working together to reach a common goal. I love networking. I love meeting people, whether it's on Facebook or on LinkedIn, you know, learning about what they do, sharing with what I do. Hey, if we can collaborate, great. If we can't, there's probably a way for us to support each other as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, reach out to me. I'd love to have a chat with you. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. Love to collaborate and connect. So Lisa, let's start with you. What are your final thoughts on collaboration and where can people find you?
You know, I think, like I said, we can go at this alone and we'll get there. It might take a little bit longer, but if we go at it together, we'll get there faster and we'll have a lot more fun along the way. So yeah, I think collaboration is awesome. My website is lisarichmeier.com, and then I'm all over LinkedIn. So probably the best ways to reach me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Amy,
Thank
your
you.
final thoughts on collaboration and how can we find you?
Yeah, I think we touched upon it during this last hour that every single one of us has something of value to bring to the table. And we all have something unique about us and our different experiences. So just go out there and collaborate and see what happens. And the best way to reach me is email amy@abundancewithamy.com or on LinkedIn. Thanks, everyone.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing. Shawnda, your final thoughts on collaboration and how we can find you?
Yeah, I mean, collaboration to me means working together to achieve a common goal. And I love doing that with my clients, whether it's better health or, you know, making memories creating memories around the world, traveling. I can be reached. My website is apexworldwidetravel.net, or on Facebook as well. And people can find me there and reach out. Thank you.
Thanks, Shawnda. Monica, your final thoughts on collaboration and how we can find you?
Yes, collaboration is when everyone is focused and working on the same outcome, and and not having that selfishness, willing to help others. I love networking too, so this has been fabulous. I could be reached on Facebook, Monica Fulcher, on LinkedIn, and my email is monicafulcher@hotmail.com.
Thanks for sharing, Monica. Debbie, your final thoughts on collaboration and where can we find you?
My final thoughts on collaboration. Well, as human beings, let's say that's what we're made to do, is collaborate with people and talk to people. And so just be open to it. And, we can achieve so many things, so much more together. And I'm always willing to collaborate with whomever. And I love it. You can find me on LinkedIn, and I'm on Facebook, Debbie Davison. It's a common name though. And then also, it's my stage name. Also, email is debbieshares@gmail.com.
Awesome. Thanks.
Fantastic.
And Regina, we just, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much for doing this and having us on your show. We greatly appreciate you and what you do for everyone. So
Thank you. It has been my pleasure. I loved getting to meet each of you and getting to know a bit more about you and seeing the difference that you're making in the world with collaboration. So thank you.
Awesome.
And thanks to all of our viewers today. We appreciate you. Come back next time and see who's on the show again next time on Collaboration Conversations. We'll see you later. Bye for now.